A data set consisting of 400 standardized test scores is known to have a bell-shaped normal distribution with a mean of 66 and a standard deviation of 10. We want to use the empirical rule to address the following questions. So just as a reminder, for the empirical rule, that is the 68, there we go, 68, 95, 99.7% rule. Okay, so 68% of the data will lie within 1 standard deviation, 95% 2 standard deviations, 99.7 3 standard deviations. Okay, so let's sketch this before we start answering these questions. So you have a mean of 66, so that would be right here at our mean, and a standard deviation of 10, which means I'm going to add 10 each time here, and I'm going to subtract 10 each time here. Okay, so I have everything put out here. So we have, let's see, approximately 95% of the test scores lie between, well, 95% is 2 standard deviations. So here's our 2 standard deviations, plus 2 minus 2, that's going to be 95%. If you look at the curve, and let's say I go ahead and I maybe like highlight this, that looks like I'm coloring in roughly 95% of the curve. So that is why this is going to work, because 95% under this curve is colored in, just this little bit outside here. Those numbers are going to be 46 and 86. So 95% of the test scores lie between 46 and 86. What approximate percentage of test scores lie between 56 and 76? All right, so for this one, let's see here, 56 and 76, looks like those are both 56 and 76, 1 standard deviation. So that's an easy one, because the empirical rule tells us that 1 standard deviation, this whole thing here, is 68%. And then what approximate percentage of test scores lie between 36 and 96? Well, that's 3 standard deviations. So that is most of our curve, except for these 2 little tails here. So that is right here, our 99.7%. Now let's say this goes a little bit further and asks us a question about how many students might have scored with a certain amount. So let's say if 200,000 students took the test, how many scored between a certain amount? So let's say how many scored between 46 and 86. Okay, well, 46 and 86 is 95%. So there you would do 95% of 200,000. Okay, so that would just be 0.95 times 200,000. So approximately 190,000 students scored between a 46 and an 86. So there you're just finding what the percentage is and then multiplying by the number of students that took, or number of data sets in your problem.